This week on a podcast from Beneath, we talk about 2017's It.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. The unburied dead are coming back to life, seeking human victims.
As always, I'm joined by Billy.
How's it going?
Pretty good. I'm stuffy. Probably getting another head cold.
Yeah, sounds like it, man.
Yeah, and so Eric, again, not joining us this week. He will be back next week, though, for all the fans of Eric that are missing him. So, It. In the summer of 1989, a group of bullied kids bands together to destroy a shape-shifting monster which disguises itself as a clown and preys on the children of Derry, their small Maine town. Of course, I'm pretty sure everybody has heard of this movie, the original made-for-TV movie, and or the book. So what did you think of this version? Actually, let's start off with just get this out of the way and compare this one to the original made-for-TV movie, which was, what, 1990?
Yeah, it was like 1991, I believe.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and compare and contrast and get that out of the way. So which one did you like better?
I like the remake better, but like I really do enjoy like the first part of It in the miniseries that had to deal with the kids. I really enjoyed that. Like the first part of that movie is awesome, or miniseries is great.
Yeah, the first part of the miniseries is really good. The second part, which we should explain, because the first part of the miniseries is mainly when they're kids.
Yeah, and it was like the year in the 50s.
Yeah, and then of course I can't remember how many episodes it was or how they split it up, but the second half of the series was more focused on the adults.
It has some kid flashbacks, but mostly dealt with the adults.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was because they were really good actors that are in this. So I don't know if it was the writing. I don't know who wrote that script, but the adult section was horrible. And just the characters were. I just didn't care for any of the characters. The acting seemed horrible. Their dialogue was bad. I didn't care for it at all. But the first part with the kids, I enjoyed it more than the second, but I did enjoy 2017. I did enjoy it more than the original.
Yeah. And, I mean, of course, I really can't compare Tim Curry to Bill Skarsgård.
Skarsgård, yeah.
Because they put their own different spin on, Pennywise.
Yeah, I think Tim Curry's Pennywise was more. He kept it more comical.
I found his more terrifying in a way.
Yeah, but he also had more. He played it scary also, but he did add more comedy to it than what Bill Skarsgård did. I think the anything that's in this movie that comes off as comical, I don't believe was done on purpose. But yeah, you really can't compare, and I think that's why I think the Tim Curry I think that's what most people remember, and that's why everybody thinks that the original, like the miniseries, is like the best thing ever. But it's not just the Tim Curry It.
Yeah, like I said, I'm more terrified of Tim Curry's Pennywise and Bill Skarsgård. But Bill Skarsgård, he does a real good job though.
Yeah, something I noticed today when I was rewatching it is the way they done his eyes in this one. He doesn't look straight on. He's basically like cockeyed, but in reverse, like one eye.
Oh, he could do that himself, I'm pretty sure.
But I just never noticed that before until I was watching today. That's it's kind of the look that they done. It was just unsettling. When you're just when he first pops up in the sewer at the beginning, when you notice that his eyes aren't right, it's just kind of unsettling looking. So just little things like that.
And he was drooling too.
Oh yeah, just the little things like that is what made it made him, this clown or this Pennywise real creepy.
He does a real good job, and I'm excited for the next one.
For
Hopefully that'll be good. Yeah.
Yeah, so the way they're doing it is this one was just the kids. No, they wouldn't see anything with the adults, and then part two will be the adults, but I think it'll also flashback.
Yeah, they've all the kids are gonna like be in a few flashbacks.
Yeah. Now I don't know if it's any. I think I don't know if it's flashing back to this movie or if they um filmed additional scenes for it. I'm
It's
not pretty
additional scenes because you know how in the miniseries was it Bill was telling everybody that that Stan was the last person to actually see it
sure. Right.
in that home because that was never in the movie, like the first part of the miniseries. So that's what they're probably going to do is like stuff like that. I bet you they're going to show that scene, but it's going to be redone.
Probably of him
Yeah.
seeing it because I think they kind of showed that in the original, didn't they?
Yeah, it was like it was like him as a mummy. He took the form of a mummy because he was still kind of weak.
Right.
So it showed him like wrapped up, and you can see like his little things that was on his shirt, like the big circular like pom poms or whatever.
Right. So what was your favorite character in this movie?
Oh, I liked Richie. I thought Richie was hilarious.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Richie too. Of course, he was probably my favorite in the original
Seth Green.
child version, not the adult version.
Yeah.
Because in the adult version, he was played by
The guy from Night Court.
rest in peace. But yeah, just horrible in that role.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean he was just playing like him, basically himself, a
Yeah,
stand-up
pretty much.
comedian. But like I said, I don't know if it was, and I don't blame the actors. I just think it was either the writing or just the dialogue or even the director maybe didn't direct
Could have
them
been a little
correct.
bit of everything.
But yeah, they were horrible.
Yeah.
What do you think was the most in the new one here? What do you think was the most creepiest scene?
Creepy scene. I'm gonna have to say the one that like really maybe not creeped me out. The one that creeped me out was probably the sewer. That was when he's in the sewer, but what really startled me because I didn't expect it was during when they were in the garage and the projector was going crazy and he ended up just turning huge, going through
Oh,
the
when he
projector.
after they knocked the projector over and he
Yeah.
jumps like comes out. Yeah.
He's like huge. Yeah. That really took me by surprise.
See what I think was the creepiest, and it's not even something it doesn't involve, really the clown.
From
Yeah, it
that
does.
painting.
It does. No, not even the painting, but I guess it involves him because it's him, but he doesn't look like. It's whenever Ben is sitting in the library,
Oh, the headless.
and that woman brings him the book, right? And of course, she's asking him why he's not out playing with his friends or whatever. And then whenever she finally leaves and he opens the book and he's like looking, if you look behind him, there's a woman that just like she's like looking through the books and she just stops and turns to look at him and just stands there and
I never
stares at him
noticed
the
that.
whole time. Yeah, and it's like really just because it's like it's creepy. You know what I'm saying? She just stands there the whole time and just stares at him. She doesn't do anything, and then whenever
It was the
you
woman
see,
who gave him the book. Is that what you
no,
said?
no, it's a
Oh.
different woman. So she's back there. You see her before. She's just looking through the books, and then whenever he sees the balloon floating, and he gets up to follow it, when it cuts back, she's back to just looking through the books. But it was just I don't know. It was just something creepy about it.
She may have like figured out that he's like. She know how the miniseries they were saying like everybody there knows this is going on. They just avoid it. Know
Yeah,
something's wrong with the town.
I think. Yeah, see, no, I never read the book, but I think
I have.
I'm gonna have to read it now.
It's one of the very few. I've not read a lot of Stephen King books. I've only maybe read two. That and Gerald's Game, and I've read it twice. It's different. I don't know if they're going to use like pretty much the opening scene of in the book because it deals like you know during when the kids are growing up, but something happens to like two different people. I don't know if they're gonna use that for the grown-ups as the beginning scene or not.
Right, but yeah,
Because that scene shows you like that it's back. Like it's pretty. It's a creepy scene. I
yeah,
wonder if they're gonna do it.
but but with this movie here, I think probably a lot of I think just the way that they've done it is a lot of the adults know that something's going on, and they're either just trying to forget it, and they just ignore it. Um, but then when I was watching it today, there was a scene in the original TV series where you knew that the neighbor, and it may come up in the part two with the adults, but it's like the neighbors knew that Beverly's dad was, probably molesting her, and they weren't going to do anything about it.
Yeah.
And I think that it was kind of like a metaphor for the it of, um, people they're just going to pretend like it's not happening, and
Yeah.
this is the kids, this is their fears, and the adults are
Oh yeah, when they were showing
don't.
Beverly getting like touched by Henry Bowers and him, she thought that neighbor or that the old man was going to help her, and he just like went inside.
Right, right.
Yeah. You know what? I'm glad they actually showed like the whole Georgie scene in the beginning, like showed his getting his arm ripped off.
Oh yeah, because they definitely didn't show that in the made for TV.
No.
I think it just cut. I think it just cut after.
It just showed people how his teeth going getting
Yeah,
close.
he's like open. Yeah, and it zooms in. Commercial break.
But how he did it was creepy though, because like while you're down here with me, you'll float too, and he just rips his arm off.
All right.
I just like the whole look of the movie. Like, in some scenes, it's like kind of gritty looking in a way, and I just like the whole color scheme of the movie. I really enjoy.
Yeah, because the opening, it's obviously. I mean, it's like raining.
Yeah,
Um, I would say raining, and the wind's blowing probably a little bit too hard for this kid to be outside. But
yeah. I
um,
definitely like the color scheme of like when they're in that house, and when they're down in the sewers, and even out in the woods. I
yeah, they
really,
definitely. They definitely use the decent, like a really good color palette
yeah,
for each location.
really well done. And the music was very like that piano in the beginning just made the whole scene eerie.
Yeah, and I liked how when you first see it, you just think it's soundtrack, but it's actually in the movie. It's his
Yeah,
mom
so
playing the.
yeah, piano. I'm glad this is rated R, not rated PG-13, because that's what kind of thing kind of hurt the miniseries. I mean, the miniseries had blood, but it wasn't like over the top. You didn't see anybody get like slashed open or nothing like that.
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't know. I wouldn't even just watching it. I wouldn't even consider it an R. I mean, there's a lot of blood, but there's not a lot of.
I think it's why it was rated R. A lot of blood.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like there's.
Is
I mean,
that blood that comes out of the sink?
obviously, yeah, but that's like not coming from someone.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So, other than Georgie getting his arm bit off at the beginning, and I guess whenever they're carving, when Henry's trying to carve his name in the bin, that's
Yeah.
kind of gruesome. Um, but yeah, there's not really a lot of other stuff in it that would make me think that's an R.
I guess because it showed that headless kid.
No, that could be it. Yeah,
Yeah. Showed him showed all those kids blown up or something.
yeah, from the
The plant
the plant
explosion.
exploding. Yeah, yeah, because that's what the book he was looking at. It, the camera kept zooming. Every time he turned a page, the picture was like closer and closer to that tree. And the last
Yeah,
page, it was the kid's head, like up in the tree.
I wonder why they made Ben the historian and not
I don't know. Was
Mike.
he who was the in the book? Who was the
I
official?
honestly cannot. I want to say it was Mike.
Because it was Mike
Been forever, but I'm pretty
in the
sure it was
original
Mike.
TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that in the book it was probably Ben because I know that they really tried to keep this, I guess, as close to the book as possible.
Let's see. Let's see. We'll look it up.
But I also noticed today that when I watched it, I never really thought about it before, but um, in this universe, Stephen King is a real person that is a writer and writes horror movie books. And the reason I say that is because one of the I don't know if they tell his name, but one of the guys that hangs out with Bowers has the Anthrax T-shirt on. That is from the album Among the Living, and on the cover of that album, and it's on his shirt, is Randall Flagg from The Stand.
Yeah.
So that
Oh yeah,
means
I'm pretty
that
sure they all share a universe.
yeah, so that means
Yeah.
that Stephen King is actually in this universe as the writer of The Stand, which influenced Anthrax to write Among the Living.
I know. That I think it was in Dreamcatcher. I think. There's. I don't know if it was in the movie or if it's in the book or something.
Yeah, Bob Gray, which is the another name for
Pennywise.
it. Yeah.
But there's like somebody spray painted like on this building's wall. It says Pennywise is alive.
No, it was I actually have that pulled up right here. This is from Wikipedia. In the novel Dreamcatcher, when Mr. Gray tries to put a worm in Derry's water by the use of standpipe, it is no longer there due to the 1985 flood. In its place is a memorial featuring a cast bronze of two children and a plaque underneath dedicated to the victims of the 1985 flood. And the plaque has been vandalized with graffiti reading "Pennywise lives." Yeah, so a lot of his stuff is connected.
But it says Mike was the librarian. Was a town librarian.
Yeah, that was after. That was during the adult, like as adult.
Well, yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah, Ben wasn't telling the boy who. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he just spent reading books in the public library due to his. They didn't really do that in the miniseries. Talk about Ben reading books. It was Mike during that.
Yeah, because Mike was like
He knew everything about Derry.
the new kid,
Yeah.
and of course, they do a whole thing where he gets introduced to the class, and that's when he's showing his, scrapbook, and of course the teacher's like, trying to stop him before he gives up too much information.
I'm pretty sure there's also, I think in the Dark Tower, or something involves Pennywise's makes an appearance in the books or something.
Yeah, the Dark Tower's got a lot of that stuff is connected, or a lot of his stories are connected in that universe.
What do you think of Henry Bowers, the kid that played Henry Bowers? I think he was less menacing than the original.
I don't know. I think because in this one, I mean, there's being a bully, and then there's a complete fucking psychopath when he's like, I mean, he's gonna, carve his name in this kid.
Yeah.
Like that's a different level than just, being a bully. So I think in this movie, I think this was a better character
You think
than he
so?
was. Yeah.
Yeah, the series.
And it may be because in this one it's 1980, what, 85?
I
Is that
think
what I
so.
said? 85?
Like that,
89,
yeah.
89.
89, yeah.
And in the original TV show, and I guess in the book, it was, these kids grew up in the 50s. So it was a different, not to say that there weren't crazy people like that,
Yeah.
in the 60s or whatever, but yeah, I think this character is a lot more fucked up than he was in the original. And of course, the only thing I question now is, they kill him off.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He might live because he fell. It didn't mean he died.
I know, but he fell all the way to the bottom of
But
that.
how we really don't know how. Uh,
How deep it was.
yeah, because they only went to like a certain.
It looked pretty deep though. Plus, he hit a couple of sides of the well on the way down.
Maybe it like helps him, like brings it back or something.
That could be it. Yeah.
um, do you know the guy who originally was supposed to direct this? As the guy that did Beasts of No Nation, and he did the whole first season of True Detective. His name's like it's Carey something. It's hard to say the name.
Yeah, Carrie Joji fucking Nagawa or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was the right. He wrote this.
yeah, he
He wrote
wrote
the
it.
screenplay and spoke.
Yeah,
I
him
guess
and
was supposed to
his
direct it.
yeah, him and his buddy wrote it. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the reason why he left, I think it was because he's having disagreements with the studio. Because what I heard is he wanted to put the scene
The
where
scene that everybody talks about.
the kids end up all having sex with Beverly in the sewer when they all
An
get
orgy.
when they all get lost and like because it's right after they kill it and they're like getting lost in the sewer. They're like fighting with each other and like they're like drifting apart and like as how Beverly brings them all together as they all share. He wanted that apparently, and
Well, that also,
like
yeah,
you can
but
see
that
17.
also, um, it also goes along with like the loss of innocence
Yeah.
that's like in the rest of the movie, kind of, But yeah, I can understand why they wouldn't want to put that. Because I
And see,
guarantee, I don't believe any of these actors or the actress or the actors they're probably none of them are over 16. So I doubt that they would want to do that.
and then like when he left, they hired Gary Doberman, who's been a writer. He has written Annabelle. He's written Annabelle Creation. He wrote The Nun. Um, so I wonder, like, how much did he rewrite?
I don't know. He's not. Is he? I don't think he's. Let me see if he's credited with.
He is. 'Cause he's gonna do some rewrites. He
Yeah,
worked with
here.
the
Yeah, here it is.
director to do some rewrites. The new director, but they still used some of Carrie's script.
I don't know. Like I mean, I enjoyed what they had.
And he's gonna be writing the sequel, like
Yeah,
straight up him.
yeah. I don't think that. Like I said, I mean, I need to read the book. I've never read it. And I'm sure that scene fits the book. But yeah, I can understand why they wouldn't want to put a scene like that in this movie,
Yeah.
unless they had made them older. Made the characters an older age.
I mean, I don't know if they'll have that, but I think everybody was perfectly cast.
Oh yeah, everybody. Trying to think if there was any, I'm trying to think if there was any of the characters I didn't care for.
I think I like all of them.
Yeah, I don't believe there. I don't believe there was any. Of course, you hate the bullies, but
Yeah.
yeah, those people have done a really good job of playing that bully
Yes.
part. Yeah, but apparently there's a deleted scene of Henry killing the other two kids. Also, I guess before or after he kills his dad.
Oh, really?
I guess they filmed him. That's supposed to be in there, and I think I want to say I remember something about a scene because when it shows him sitting in his car, I guess before he drives, I guess they're the other two kids that are with it. I guess they're supposed to be like in the car with him. And of course they're dead. I guess they cut that out. I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, I still haven't got this. Like, I saw in theaters. I haven't. Like, the last movie I bought was Mandy.
Right.
I mean, I have a lot of movies to catch up on. I really do.
Yeah, the last one I bought I bought Halloween was the last Blu-ray that I bought.
Yeah, I still need to buy that.
I just have I just have the digital, like the digital copy of it, so I don't have any of the
Special features.
special features or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to try to track down the deleted scenes, maybe on YouTube or something, just to check them out.
You know, they were trying to remake it in the mid 2000s, and they were wanting Tim Curry to. I don't know if he agreed or they were wanting him to reprise his role of Pennywise, but he had ended up suffering a stroke.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that movie, regardless whether he was in it or not, I don't think it would. I don't think it would have been what this one is now.
Yeah.
If they would have tried to have done it in 2000s. I can't
Who
think of
knows?
any. I can't think of a lot of good 2000s horror movies.
There's a few. There's there's The Descent and 21 or 28 Days Later. There's a few.
But this would have been, if you think about it, this would have been like a studio would have had their hands all in this one back then. It would have been really bad.
Yeah, I wonder who they would have had Michael Bay producing it.
Probably, yeah. It would have starred Will Smith and
Brandon Fraser.
yeah.
But yeah, it's sad about Tim Curry. It would have been nice to see him
Yeah.
do
Now there
Pennywise.
is there is
Easter egg
yeah, sort of an homage whenever they're in the
house.
burnt down house and
Richie.
goes in that room and there's all these different clown mannequins and dolls, and there's one that's looks like it from the Tim Curry movie, which
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
I remember like saying that there's going to be an homage to it, so I like saw it in theater. I was like, yep, there it is.
Yeah, there was a lot of little things that like they mentioned the turtle. The turtles mentioned twice.
Yeah, they never really did that in the
They
miniseries.
find one. Well, they supposedly find one when they're swimming in the quarry, and then whenever Bill is in Georgie's room, he picks up these Legos that are put together like a turtle. Looks like a turtle.
Oh, see, I didn't notice that one.
Yeah, but I guess the turtle is like
He's the good.
He's like the good version of it. He's like his only enemy, and I guess our entire universe is supposed to be on the back of this turtle. I don't know. Like I said, I'm I definitely.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Yeah.
But I
yeah,
was wondering.
'cause-
I mean, I knew they wouldn't put a lot of that stuff
Yeah.
in here, but it was cool just to see to see them just add little Easter eggs like that.
Yeah. And it's also that it is like pretty much an alien entity. So he's like you said, he's like you can't. What was it in the miniseries? He's like you can't comprehend what I really am, or so. It's like only what your mind, your puny
Which is why he
mind
turns
can-
in. Whatever. This is why he. Of course, I guess in the book he's not a clown the entire time.
Yeah.
Because he turns into what what your fear is the most.
Yeah.
Which is why, like I remember in the TV series, he turns into like the werewolf
Yeah.
when he's chasing Richie, and I think I wish they would have done stuff like that in this one.
They showed his hand turn to a wolf in the.
But he wasn't going after Richie, so it kind of didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It didn't.
He's going after all of them.
Yeah, but because that I guess who he was going after was the other kid.
Oh, he's going after Eddie.
Eddie, because he already, he, and I've heard a lot of people say, if he's so powerful, why doesn't he just kill him, like right away? Why does he do all the cool? Because he needs our fear. That's what he, you know what I'm saying? So he's really like trying to get him scared as much as he can before he. So yeah, he's going after Eddie at that point, which is when his hand. So I didn't really come off as, because he had already had his, the leper is like his biggest fear. So, he already had his on there. Yeah, I think it would have been cool if he would have done like the mummy and the werewolf and all that stuff.
I like I just really like the look of Pennywise this time around. I mean, the first miniseries is scary, but I really that smile he does.
Yeah, see, I don't think the original was scary. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like I said, the original, the Tim Curry version was just it to me it was more comical um than it was scary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Almost like he wasn't like when you first watch it, you kind of feel like that look is just to draw the kids in, and then he turns into the werewolf to scare them, or whatever. Like in this one, the clown is just there to draw you in, and then he'll show you what you're scared of. Whether it's the old woman in the painting, the weird shaped face, which or the leper, or the blood. I'm not sure what I'm assuming that meant um, her becoming a woman, and now her dad's going to do more stuff to her. I guess that's what I take that as.
yeah.
Um,
You know,
and of course, with Georgie and all that, which that was another creepy scene too. Whenever Bill goes
oh,
down
the
into the
basement.
basement and
You'll float too.
just
Y'all
yeah,
float too.
but what I realized they was watching it was the entire time Pennywise is using him like a puppet.
Yeah,
Like if you look, you can see his arm going up,
yeah, yeah. I saw that in
controlling
it.
him,
It
and
was.
then
He's
you're like,
like, you'll float and you'll float too, and he jumps in the water in that puddle, and then yeah, that was a pretty creepy scene.
yeah. Yeah, but like I said, so to me, the original, like the Tim Curry one, that clown, it wasn't supposed to be scary, so I never thought that was scary. It was just more, like I said, more comic relief, or because I can't think of any scene as the clown in the original that was really creepy
The bathtub scene or the shower scene.
with the stop motion animation
Yeah, I thought that was
of
creepy.
him like coming out of the
Yeah.
the shower drain.
Well, after he's just sitting there with him talking. It's like see you in your dreams.
Again, I don't know. I just don't think it was. I think the Skarsgård Pennywise is definitely more creepier than the Tim Curry one.
Oh, I think they are going to use that scene in the book, like to show you, I guess, that it is alive.
Well, if it's like I said, I haven't read the book, but in the original TV series, I guess it opens with because in the original TV series it doesn't open. It opens with the adults, right?
No, it opens with Georgie's death.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like as adults, because Georgie. No. Well, it opens with Georgie's death, but after that, um, when like in the in the original, when do we find out that Stan killed himself?
That was at the end of the first part.
Okay, so we do just watch him, see him all as kids, and then at the end, that's when he
Well,
kills himself, and then that's what
yeah.
brings everybody back to.
Well, it shows them like they have those little flashbacks. A little bit, I think. I haven't seen it in a while in the miniseries in a
Yeah, it's
while.
been long since I've seen it, but I was thinking it started out with that. But yeah, that may be at the end, and that's the beginning of the adult storyline is whenever he kills himself, and then but to me that would be what you're talking about, right? With that's what brought the
No,
kids back.
there's a scene. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I read the book. That happens like a hate crime was about to be committed. Like they did something to like this gay guy, and I guess he fell somewhere like in the train tracks or in this near a tunnel or something, and Pennywise is there, and Pennywise ends up killing the dude, and I think they had a trial or something. I can't remember. It was something weird like that.
Huh.
Like Pennywise killed somebody. It wasn't a kid. It was like a grown man
And you
or a young adult or like.
so that's how the next movie's gonna start out. You think?
Maybe, but he's. I mean, Might not start out like it, but it's definitely going to be in the movie. Yeah, because I forgot the guy's name's like in the book. Or in the book, his name's Adrian Mellon, I think.
Uh,
So yeah.
that sounded like the door in Texas Chainsaw Massacre after he clubs that guy in the head
I did it.
and
So I had
slams
let
the
my
door.
dog out. Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna happen. I'm excited. I already saw a thing where I don't know how true it is. People saw an early screening of it. They said it's good, but not nearly as good as the first.
If they're going to say it's not, do you mean the first It or the first
Yeah.
the miniseries?
The first did.
Okay, I was going to say because if it's not nearly as good as the part two original of the original series, then yeah, it's probably going to be horrible.
No, they're saying it's good, but not as good as
Yeah, 2010, 2017.
17.
Okay, not the original one. See, that's too confusing having
It is.
all these like that. So we're not really delving. I mean, this movie's just kind of weird to like talk about. Just
Better
kind of jump around a little bit. So the ending of the original, and I hate to keep going back to it, but just because
Spider.
that's my only reference. Yeah. Well, no, at the end of that was at the end of the kids part, right? When they battled when they battled him in the sewer.
And they battle him in the sewer, and then he goes in that drain, and then you see his giant like hand or spider or
And
whatever it was.
but that was the end of the part one.
No, at the end of the part
first
one showed Stan's death.
Well, no, I'm talking about the battle when the first when the kids battle him.
Yeah, and then they all go and they hug each other. He says, "Spare me if he isn't dead. Well, I'll come back." And they all go and huddle, or they all say, "I swear."
Right, but that's just whenever like that battle was
over.
Yeah, but Beverly shoots him in the head with like the silver that they found, right? And it cracks his head open, and his deadlights are coming out.
Yeah.
And that's how they beat him. In this one, in the excuse me, in this movie, I think the battle was a lot better because
They just beat the shit out of him.
yeah, well, not only that, but they each had to face like he
Their
turned
fear.
into each of their fears, and they each had to face them. And you could really tell he was defeated at the end of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you have this he thinks he's this all powerful being, and he gets beat by like these little kids, and you could just see it. When it's it kind of gave that character more character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't just because when you think of, I don't know.
He was trying to bargain with him. He's like, "Just let me take him, and I'll let you all live."
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like this. It gave that character more because it's not just, this isn't just a ghost or anything. You know what I'm saying? This is they don't go into it a lot, but a being, and the fact that these kids beat him that way. I thought it was a better way to end it than they did with the original one.
Yeah. Yeah, they really kicked his ass.
Oh yeah, like the really good part was whenever, of course, Georgie comes out and he's still missing his arm,
Yeah.
and then Bill's like, well, you're not Georgie, and he shoots him in the head with that.
Wasn't a gun? It was like a flare gun or something.
It's not a gun. It's like a.
Oh, it's to kill livestock.
Yeah, like just shoots that metal rod out.
Yeah.
And then he's just laying there, and for like he lays there for a while. You start thinking,
oh,
he just killed.
His brother's actually alive.
Yeah, but
I thought where the bodies were at, floating up top. I thought that was creepy.
Yeah, but then he starts like seizing, and when he turns into Pennywise. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I really liked how they showed transformation.
Yeah, and like you said, the show and the kids are floating. They never showed that in the original, so it's kind of like, that was like the popular line from that original. You'll float too.
You'll float.
But then they never showed it, and And then then they show it in this one. I thought was kind of cool.
Pretty damn good fucking movie.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I give it a nine pretty goods
9 pretty goods.
out of 10. Yeah.
So there was nothing that you could like nitpick about it. Nothing that you didn't like about it.
Um, I wish they would have used Henry Bowers more.
But he was a lot. He was in the original. What was he in the book a lot also, or
Yeah, he did a lot of shit.
was
Like I'm pretty sure he's the one that breaks Eddie's arm.
oh instead of just falling
Yeah.
in that house.
Yeah, and Henry Bowers fought a lot with Richie the most. Because, Richie's the one that has that big mouth.
Yeah, well they done that a lot in the show too. I remember the scene in the cafeteria. I think
Yeah.
that's the same. Yeah.
They really go through that, how Henry and Richie always were fighting each other.
See, I've always wondered too, like when you think about like the parents. So obviously, Bill's. We never see his mom after. The only time we see
Piano.
her is playing the piano.
Yeah.
We never see her, so I don't even know if she's even still around. And of course, his dad is. I mean, I guess obviously distraught that his young kids
So,
missing,
yeah.
but he just really seems.
He's already been. He's like he's never coming back.
Yeah,
Because he knows. Because he
set
knows.
he's dead, right? Yeah, like they know something. Um, and then we never see anybody else. Well, I guess we see. I can't remember their names right now. Um, Stan. I guess we kind of see his dad a little bit, but he's more. I don't know. They don't really go into him enough. They don't
See
really
Eddie's
show.
mom.
Yeah, but she is like really overprotective.
Yeah.
Um,
She's pretty creepy looking, I thought.
yeah, and then of course Beverly's dad is
Creep.
obviously molesting her or whatever. But then you have Henry Bauer's dad, because Henry comes off as like this bully, and
His
but
dad's
whenever his dad's around, he is the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like really don't see Bowers' dad at all in the miniseries. You hear me talked about like once or twice, but you really don't see him. But in this one, you do.
But I was just wondering if like what connection, if any, like the way these parents are, and like with it, with Pennywise, or is he kind of controlling them? You know what I'm saying?
Huh.
In
I
a
don't
certain
know.
way to have control over the kids or something.
I wouldn't put it past him, man.
It
It's
was
like
just weird how they
I
have
mean,
like the molester and then the overprotective mother, um and of course I guess like I said with Henry Bauer's dad, I guess he's just more of
it's a dick.
yeah, but
He's a cop.
not really a dick, because he I mean this obviously you think about Henry Bowers, he's a fucked up kid.
Because of his dad
And
used to
yeah,
like
well, I know,
beat
but
the
now
shit out.
his dad's like the only controlling factor. You know what I'm saying? He's the only one I guess could stop him if he wanted to.
Yeah.
He's the only one that can put him in his place. And of course, Henry Bowers ends up stabbing him in the neck. But I was just wondering about that when I was watching
I
it.
mean, like I said,
Because today
it's
would have
an
been like
alien entity. So
today would have been like the 4th time I've watched it, so I really got to not really pay attention to the the storyline and just kind of look at other things.
Yeah.
And I guess this town is also where he's been in this town for forever now, so he probably has a bit more control over just that area in general. Even though he sleeps for 27 years. Every time he comes back, he probably still has some kind of reach over the adults.
I'm sure he does, yeah.
And I guess none of the adults in this movie ever had to deal with him. They never would had to have dealt with him the first time he was around.
Well, they might have. Some of them have might have. He probably scared them, but he probably never got a chance to eat them.
Right. But they just so right now they're either
But they know that he's
under
around.
his control somehow, just by
Probably.
fear. Not really.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like mind control or he controls them. Um, but probably why she's overprotective and you know, because she was kind of right. Whenever he goes out and gets his arm broke, even though she was really annoying about it.
I know we talked about the movie a little bit, but we gave a lot of people a lot of information.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like I said, it's considering that it's only half of the story. You know what I'm saying? We still need this other half. I was really hoping it would come out sooner than it has.
Be part and what be like
Uh,
one be like a 3 hour movie.
yeah, but I mean, like I said, this came out in 2017. I was kind of expecting, 2018 for part two to be out. Because I'm pretty excited about it. Like I said, I really liked this, and it was this was a lot better than what I thought it was going to be, and I don't know why. Like when I heard that they were doing it again, I don't know why I had any kind of thoughts that it wasn't going to be good, but it was really I liked it.
Yeah, like I said, I gave it 9 out of 10. Like I said, like the whole look of the movie, like all the performances, and it's very surprisingly funny at times. And it was just one of those movies that was just very entertaining.
Yeah, plus it took place in '89, which is
Yeah,
that's
I,
my
I
time.
was
Yeah, that's
I,
my time. So
I was a year old.
so I would have been what, sixth grade? So I would have been around these kids' age,
You would have, yeah.
I guess. So yeah, I guess I'll give it. You give it what, a 9?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give it a 5 out of 10.
What the?
Nothing really spectacular, but yet it wasn't horrible. It was just a good movie. Just
You gave it 5 out of 10. It.
yeah, yeah. I mean, because I'm not trying to do like
Oh.
10's like the best thing you've ever seen. So yeah, I'm just doing splitting it down the middle where it's like I said, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but it wasn't. It was just good. It was a good movie. I liked it.
Yeah, it's great. It's good. It was good. So have you seen any trailers lately? Any horror news down your end?
No, I haven't seen any new trailers. I don't think there's much. I don't think there was much released.
That new Quentin Tarantino movie trailer came out.
Oh yeah, was it Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah, it looks really good. There's some movies that are getting made that I'm excited for. I told you about that Western, and
Mm-hmm.
then now another movie that's was like a very highly like sought after script. It's called Monster Problems, and it's gonna star. It has Michael Rooker in it. I don't know who the dude is, like Dylan O'Brien. I don't know who that is. Some other girl. And it's like this hunter is like teaching this kid how to survive in this apocalyptic world against all these monsters. If I'm not mistaken, like he ends up falling for a girl that he like talks to through walkie-talkie or some kind of communication thing. Well, he ends up like wanting to see her, so he goes across the apocalyptic world just to meet her. It's supposed to be a real good movie, or supposed to be really good. It's called Monster Problems, and Michael Rooker's going to be in it.
Well, it's got to be good if he's in it.
Yeah, but yeah, they've had that script for a long time. It was thought out. I forgot how much it sold for though. The guy that produces Stranger Things, they're producing it.
Huh.
I think one of the brothers who created uh, Stranger Things, I think he co-wrote it. I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's called Monster Problems. Of course,
Yeah,
John Wick Chapter 3.
Yeah, I saw think I saw a trailer for that today, but it was like it was an ad on YouTube, so I skipped it because I always skip them. And
Yeah.
then after that, I heard that that trailer shows too much to not watch that trailer. So I guess I won't watch that trailer.
I can't wait for it because John Wick is pretty good. Pretty good movie. Pretty good.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't think I've seen any other new trailers or anything. Since the last time we talked about trailers.
That's like I said, the only one is John Wick and Once Upon a Time in Mexico or Hollywood.
Yeah, completely different movie.
Yeah.
Well, see, there's another movie coming out, and it's called The Haunting of Sharon Tate.
I don't think I've heard of that.
But it's more of I guess it'll be like a what if. Because I guess, let me pull it up here. I guess maybe like she has visions of her death. But before leading up to her dying, I guess is what. So it's more like a supernatural telling of it, I guess, which is kind of weird to me. But
That's how she
and Hilary Duff is playing Sharon Tate.
Oh man. I don't know, man.
The description is just pregnant with the director Roman Polanski's child and awaiting his return from Europe. 26-year-old Hollywood actress Sharon Tate becomes plagued by visions of her imminent death.
If it has Hilary Duff, it's probably not gonna be that good.
Yeah, so I don't know what it's based. I don't know what it's based off of, but just weird that that's coming out the same year that Once Upon a Time Hollywood's coming out.
I can assure you, his is the better movie.
Well, see, I don't even think his even shows. I don't think his movie's even going to have Charles Manson or anything in it.
Are you talking about Quentin Tarantino's?
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
Oh, does it? See, I thought they were doing it more of like the Manson murders at that time. It was just kind of like a backstory to what's real, like almost like almost like Summer of Sam, where it was just that was just kind of like a backstory of what was going on in these people's lives at that time.
Oh yeah, I didn't see it really. I know you're talking about. I remember, but I don't think I ever saw it. No, I don't know how connected. I mean, it's gonna be bloody because it's a Quentin Tarantino movie, so I'm sure it's gonna show that scene or something. But you know what's crazy? The guy that's playing Charles Manson for that movie, for Quentin Tarantino's movie.
Is it Matt Smith?
No.
Okay, because Matt Smith is playing him in some other
Charlie
Manson movie.
Says.
Yeah, he's playing him in that. So that's gonna be weird to see Doctor Who as Charles Manson.
No, but this guy got also hired on to play Charles Manson for another thing. So I guess he was that good.
That he's played him twice.
In Quentin Tarantino's movie that somebody else, I can't remember what else he got hired on to be, and it's Charles Manson.
He's so good he played him twice.
Yeah.
And two separate. And I'm curious to see who that is.
I don't know I don't know who it is.
Oh, that's sad. I just clicked on it. It says that I guess Luke Perry had a role in this movie.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
That's horrible. Not that he's in this movie horrible.
That he get to see the final product.
Yeah. Damon Harriman is who's playing Charles Manson. But I don't know what else he played Charles Manson in.
No, I mean he hasn't played it yet. I don't think. But,
it's something that's coming out.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Let's see. Let's see what you're on. Are you on IMDb?
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe I can.
Oh, Mindhunter, the TV show. He played.
Oh yeah.
Which also comes out in 2019.
I haven't seen Mindhunter first season. I heard the first season's real good.
Yeah, I heard it was too.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the guy that did Mindhunter is the guy that's supposed to do it, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. No, or is it David Fincher? Let's see. No, never mind. It's somebody. No, he's in it for some reason. I don't know
completely different.
I was wrong. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got to say. If you haven't seen it, I don't know why you haven't. Get off your fucking ass. Watch it.
Yeah, I mean,
Watch the miniseries and
yeah,
and
watch
the
the
movie.
miniseries. Yeah, don't watch the second half of the miniseries unless you have that goofy DVD that doesn't label which side is which,
Yeah,
and you put it in upside down and end up starting with the second half first.
I have
Then,
that one.
then it'll just confuse you more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely check out the this newer one here. And then, like I said, I can't wait till the next one comes out. I'm pretty excited for it. I want to see where it goes.
Hopefully it'll be good.
I'm more curious about how they handled the whole spider thing at the end.
Hopefully they'll make him just totally different or something.
Yeah, because I know that in the book that's the only way it could be described because that's the only way that the human mind is capable of even seeing his true form.
Yeah.
But
He
yeah,
sees an alien entity.
yeah, but yeah, that well, the way they done the original was just fucking horrible. But
Yeah.
yeah, so where can they find you at on the interwebs?
Find me at Basalt Wizard at Twitter.
And you can find me at 1313 Inc. You can find our podcast on Podbean, Google Play, Apple Play Store, or whatever it's called. Pretty much anything, Stitcher. We're also on Facebook. We're on Twitter, Instagram. Of course, you can find all this information on our website at 1313inc.wordpress.com. And there you can also find the other shows in our network, which is the Poe and Grim podcast and Beards and Brews, which hopefully that'll be coming back whenever Eric comes back from Canada. And then today we got to stream Friday 13th the game for a little bit, so that was pretty fun playing it. It was the first time I'd ever played the game, so I really had no idea what I was doing. And I got killed a lot, and it was pretty fun. So yeah, I guess until next week, we will talk to you later.
Have a good one.